So it is going to be quite a big achievement for me, and I am definitely nervous about it, but I have a pretty good training plan, I think. Welcome to 30, a 365-day experiment. If you're new here, I'm training in 52 weeks to run a 30-mile ultra marathon for my 30th birthday. I thought, what better way to celebrate the milestone of turning 30 than to run 30 miles. Just for reference, the longest I've ever run, even up to this point right now, is a 10K, which is 6.something miles, 6.2 miles. So it is going to be quite a big achievement for me, and I am definitely nervous about it, but I have a pretty good training plan, I think. Each week I'm increasing mileage. This week is week 0 of 52. Next week will be week 1, etc., etc. And I'm recovering from a back injury, and so it's not the original mileage that I had planned, but I'm ramping back up and I'll be back on track next week actually. So this week is 13 miles and next week will be 16 miles, and 16 miles is what was scheduled for that week already. This week was supposed to be 14 miles, so just shy of what the original goal was. I'm excited, I'm nervous. My biggest fear is not will I have the discipline to execute, but will some external force pause, hinder, halt my progress? Getting sick, getting an even worse injury. Is there gonna be a point where I'm out for weeks at a time and it completely derails my progress? That is my biggest fear. I wouldn't necessarily consider myself a very disciplined person, but I do feel like I have cracked the code on my brain in order to get things done when I want to get them done. And for me, it's just making a plan and having some way that I can check off the box. So I have the next 52 weeks planned out, weekly mileage, and I have a formula based on how many miles I want to run that week. That will break down an easy run, a tempo run, another easy run, and a long run. And so as long as I have that box to check off, my brain, it will not stop until it's checked off, unless I have a really, really good excuse. That's the strategy. I'm tackling it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. I want to remind you that I am a dad, a husband, and I work a regular desk job, 9 to 5, and I just want to see is it possible for a normal person just going through life, is it possible to achieve this level of fitness, which in my mind it's got to be in the top 1% or even 0.1% of people in the world that have ran longer than a marathon, that have ran 30 miles or more in one sitting. Also, as a part of my training, I'm going to CrossFit. At some point I'm going to have to taper, but the plan is go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, CrossFit on Thursdays is always open gym, and then Friday, go on Friday. Right now I'm still recovering from my back. It feels great, it feels like I could almost go, but I just want to hold off maybe another week until I feel 100%, experiencing little to no pain at all throughout the entire day, because I do not want to aggravate that again. I can't afford to be just sitting around all day for another 10 days at a time. I need to keep building. Today I ran 4 easy. It was my first easy of the week. It's Tuesday, and I felt like I was close to where I left off, and it took 3 or 4 runs to get back there. So I can't afford to lose that time again. So hopefully I'll be back in CrossFit next week. I think this week I might try and fit in, just in my home gym, some back squats, bench press, and deadlift, because I think it's been just over the 2-week mark, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's when you start actually losing muscle mass. So I want to reactivate those muscles. Legs are probably fine because I've been running, but definitely chest and back, just anything above the legs, I need to reactivate. I need to reactivate. But here's my 4-mile easy run, and then we'll jump into the next 4-mile easy run, and we might sprinkle in some back squat, bench press, deadlift in there.
It's Tuesday morning, a little bit chilly, but I got on the long sleeves, gloves, and the warm hat, whatever this is called. So we're ready to go, and I'll check in afterwards. This was another really good run for me. I was under 12 minute mile for 4 miles, and I don't know exactly what my average heart rate was, but I pretty much stayed in zone 3 the whole time. So that's a huge win for me. I feel like even after 10 days off, I didn't lose too much of my aerobic capacity, and I feel like I'm catching up to kind of where I left off before I had to take a little break. So very happy with that performance. I might do some strength training, back squats or something, pretty light, probably like 135 to 165 for reps, and some bench press and some deadlift. I think I'll try to fit that in at some point this week. Not sure when, but next run should be on Thursday, and we'll do another easy 4 and then Saturday an easy 5. So see you then. About to hit this 4 mile easy run, hopped up on BPN G1M Sport. You know how it is, no caffeine, feeling a little groggy, but we're about to get it. Alright, I guess I was feeling good because that easy run turned into a tempo run. I finished 4 miles at a pace of 11 minutes and 7 seconds. But wow, yeah, that felt really good. If you asked me 2 years ago if I could do that, I would have said, heck no, absolutely not. 2 years ago when I first started running, I couldn't even get past 1.5 miles. I was trying to run 2 miles straight, and for like a week straight, once I got to 1.5 miles, I had to stop, and I was probably running 12, 13 minutes. So huge win for me. Tomorrow, I'm planning on doing some back squats and deadlifts, possibly. So we'll see if that happens, and then Saturday's long run. So catch you there.
All right, I'm on my way to the last run of the week 1 out of 52, and it's supposed to be 5 miles, but I ran 5 miles last week, so I was like, maybe I'll run 6 miles. But if I'm gonna run 6 miles, might as well just make it a 10K, right? So I think I'm going to set out for a 10K. My hamstrings are absolutely fried from Romanian deadlifts on Wednesday and then squats on Friday. So I'm gonna try and massage gun them out before I start running. And this will be the 2nd or 3rd time I've ever ran this distance. So I'm excited, I'm already ramping up mileage, and I'm not nervous about doing it. I'm not doing it for time, I'm just doing it for completion. But I also low-key kind of feel like I might PR in the 10K because my fitness is just so much better than it was last time I ran a 10K. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good run. We're going to the Tico Trail in Auburndale. I think my parents are going to be there on their brand new e-bikes. So it's just going to be a fun ride. The weather's awesome. It's super hot, which I personally love. So I'm looking forward to it, and let's roll the footage.
Yo, I am absolutely dying.
Also low-key kind of feel like I might PR in the 10K.
About halfway, I had to grab one of the girls' little popcorn snacks after I had a gel. I felt like I was gonna pass out. But we're cruising now, about 2.5 miles left. We're gonna try and finish. Heart rate is like just so high. I think it's the heat, it's pretty hot. And yeah, absolutely dying. So see you at the end.
Already. Oh, trying to look happy. I'm so tired. Oh, the run went away. Hold on, let me pull it up. Can you hold it up a little bit higher? Yeah. How's that? Does that look okay?
Yep.
All right, just wrapped up 10K. I seriously think that's maybe the third time that I've ever ran a 10K. That was really, really difficult for me. I think the heat, lifting for the first time in like 3 weeks, my legs were just fatigued. The heat was making my heart rate go up. I did not run how I planned to run, but it was an easy long run, so the tempo, the pace didn't really matter at the end of the day. But it was a little bit discouraging halfway through. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I had a gel before I left. I had a gel a little bit before halfway through, and I still felt like I was gonna pass out. I actually grabbed one of the girls' snacks and just scarfed it, and then got some water. And after that, on the way back, I felt a little bit better. I think it was mostly downhill. It was like just slight uphill on the way to halfway, and then on the way back it was slightly downhill, so that definitely helped. Pace overall was 13:20. I was shooting for 12, but that's okay. Max heart rate, I got up to 189. You can see it just kind of steadily climbed up, never really was in zone 3 at all. It was like low 4s, and then climbed up to zone 5, and then I had some in zone 3, maybe the first mile. And then training effect was VO2 max, so we like that. That's, you know, great. 3.3 aerobic, and yeah, I guess that's everything. But overall, did not feel good, but I'm glad it's over. I got 10K in the books. That wraps up week number 1 out of 52 of 30, a 365-day experiment. We'll catch you next week. How was that?